Abe plopped down on the couch next to his wife, looking into his wife's lovely, pillowy eyes as he had done every day. They were always the same blue eyes, and they always stared back with the same look of love. When the couple stopped looking at each other, they turned towards the TV as they did during the same hour of each day. Kay grabbed the remote, as usual, and flipped through the same channels until she stopped on one at random. As if on cue, the baby in the other room began to cry. Kay ran over to the baby's room, as she did every day of every week. Abe was supposed to wait for her and check his phone like he had the day before and the day before, for longer than anybody would care to count. However, Abe decided to get up and help his wife with the baby. She always has to take care of the baby, he thought. She deserves some help. It took an odd amount of effort to rise from his seat, walk up to the baby as if somebody was trying to... He just assumed he was fatigued from working so long with very little breaks. When he walked into the room, his jaw dropped to the floor, but his wife's jaw did as well, literally. In place of their baby was a pile of unformed chocolate. The wife was holding a bag of frosting, and her mouth splattered on the floor like a dropped slice of cake. What the hell? Abe muttered in a trembling voice. Honey, no, Kay muttered in disappointment. Now Dad is gonna get mad again. As she said that, the house and everything inside began to melt into a semi-solid, chocolate vanilla-esque pool. It had all deformed to the point it was unrecognizable. The walls he had dwelled in for years returned to paste-like substance. His wife, who was his childhood sweetheart that he had spent almost his entire life with, that slowly dissolved till she was nothing like a human. And their baby, whom they had anticipated for decades and finally made a reality, now just a sugary abomination, a sea of cake. His heart and brain were just like the cake, melting, swirling, and suffering. He looked until he could no longer, and he ran as fast as he could out of the door. When he ran through the dissolved door, the sight was only worsened. Every house, person, and any other object was now no more than chocolate paste. Abe's knees could no longer support his sorrow, and he fell into the semi-solid, sugary substance that was now the ground. Even the sky was dripping, falling onto the earth. And as Abe began to choke as the air turned the cake, the ground began to rumble and shake. Suddenly a mass began to rise from the paste-esque substance. Abe struggled to keep his consciousness as he tried to look up as the thing continued to rise. The thing in the cake was nearly human, as if something had only heard what a human was and tried to draw it. Then began to mutter in a language Abe could not even fathom. Abe's thoughts, hopes, and dreams began to melt into chocolate paste. The ideas of philosophy, history, and love began to fade into a dark brown mess. Everything was cake, and nothing was spared. Abe fell into the semi-solid cake, screaming and writhing. Kara sank into the soft cushions of her couch next to her husband, Abe. She looked into her husband's handsome yet soft eyes as she had done every day. He had the same brown eyes, and they always stared back with the same love. When the two started staring at each other, Abe picked up his phone and scrolled through the same shows they could watch until he picked one. On cue, the baby began to wail. Abe rushed into the baby's room as he had done every day of every week. Kara was supposed to scroll on her phone like she had the day before and the day before, longer than anybody would care to count. However, Kara thought, he's always taking care of the baby. He deserves some help. What could go wrong?